Hello everyone, welcome back once again. Today I am going to be showing you how we can maximize our earnings on the BTCC mining. And the strategy that we have come up with is what we call the harvest cycle. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and show you the process. Okay, so what you will do first is go to BitcoinCode.technology and you'll go to the mining page. You also want to make sure that your MetaMask is connected, and you'll see that it is when you see that you have numbers up here on the upper right hand side, as well as, of course, the BTCC that you have mined. Okay, so this account, we have mined 27 BTCC so far. And in order to maximize the BTCC that we have in our MetaMask wallet, which right now is almost 1.76, as you can see here, we will go ahead and do a harvest cycle. So first, what we have to do is buy the bee fuel. As I mentioned before, we have 0.76, so we can go ahead and buy that much bee fuel. In order to do that, first we have to go here. I'm just going to go to the dashboard, and we swap the BTCC that we have for USDT. So go ahead and swap. And we are going to do the max, which is 0.75. And we're going to select USDT. And we will swap. Confirm. And you will go through all the prompts. Tokens. And you'll see that we have $55 worth of USDT. Okay, so next we need to buy some more bee fuel. We only have 154 bee fuels. So we will go back to the Dapp and we will buy bee fuel right here, buy now. Okay, so in order to figure out how much bee fuel you can buy, we have that $55 of USDT. As you can see here. So we have to do a calculation. So in order to figure out how much bee fuel we can buy, the calculation we do is 55, which is the amount of USDT we have, divided by 0.0125, which is how much one bee fuel costs. It's always the same, 0.0125. And that's 4,400 bee fuel. And you can see that's equal to 55 USDT. So we go ahead and push buy. Okay, now it's success. Now we can go to MetaMask. And tokens. And you can see we now have 4,554 bee fuel. So we can go ahead and harvest. So we will go to mine and harvest BTCC. And we will move this slider to equal around the amount of the bee fuel we have, which is 4,500. Right here, you look at this bee fuel required, 3% is equal to 4,262 bee fuel. So I don't think we're going to be able to do more than that, but let's just go to 4, and you can see it's 5,000. And we only have 4,000 some, so we'll do 3%, and we will confirm that. And success. Okay, so now we'll go back to MetaMask and see that it came through. Okay, tokens. And remember that we started with 0.76 of a BTCC, and now we have 0.82. We're going to go through that same harvest cycle, and we're going to do that over and over and over and over until you get to a number that you feel comfortable with. So we'll go ahead and go to the dashboard, and we are going to swap the BTCC that we just harvested for USDT. We're going to do the max, and you always select USDT. If you haven't added this, you'll have to get the address here. Sometimes it will say insufficient liquidity, but then eventually it pops up swap. And we confirm. So as you know, this does take a little bit of time. So you're going to want to do this when you have some time on your hands. Now we're going to go ahead and buy the B fuel. And go to tokens. We have $59.54 USDT. So again, we can do that calculation. This time we're going to do 59.54 divided by 0.0125. So that's 4,763 B fuels we can buy. So 4763.20 if you want to be exact. So that's 59.54 USDT. And we're going to buy the B fuel. Go through the prompts. Okay, success once again. Now we have the B fuel and we can go ahead and go to the mine page and go to harvest. So let's look to see how much B fuel we have in MetaMask. We have 5,055.72. So now we go to harvest and we have 5,300. So we don't have quite enough to do 4%. So we're going to go ahead and do 3% once again, which is fine because you just keep going. And you can use that B fuel purchased for the next harvest cycle, which we will do as soon as these BTCCs have been harvested. Okay, so now we're ready for our next cycle. So we go ahead and go to dashboard. And we're going to swap the BTCC that we have. We just keep doing this. We go do max, select USDT, swap, confirm, go through the prompts. Like I said before, this is time consuming, but I like to look at it as meditative. You can just sit here and, follow the cycle. Okay, so now that we have swapped, we can go ahead and buy the B fuel. We will see how much we have of the USDT. We have 57.27, so we will do that calculation of how much B fuel we can buy. So 57.27 divided by 0.0125, so 4,581. Go ahead and enter that in. 0.60 to be exact, and buy. Okay, now you can see we have 5,502. So we will go to mine, harvest, move this to the point. So we can do 4% now, because 5% is too much for B fuel that we have. Okay, so you're noticing that this mined BTCC is going down. We started with 27 mined BTCC, and we will continue to do this process. And I will meet you back on the end of this. I'm going to go ahead and, not record this whole process because it does, like I said, it does take some time. You're not going to want to do all of the mined BTCCs. You're going to want to keep a good amount in there and do the cycle harvest again in about 4 weeks. Again, that's up to you guys how you want to strategize this exactly, but I recommend waiting, a good 3 to 4 weeks to do your next cycle harvest. One thing I do want to mention is that you want this process to go pretty back to back. You're not going to want to step away from your computer. You want to get to the harvest page as quick as possible because you want to continue to increase this percentage. If you wait even just a few minutes to go ahead and harvest, then the process is going to, in the end, take longer because you're not going to be able to increase this percentage at as fast of a rate because this number, the B fuel required number, continues to rise even as we are harvesting. So just keep that in mind. But if you do need to step away from your computer, after you've gone through one harvest cycle, and you've swapped the BTCC for USDT bought the bee fuel and then harvested, at that point you can, you know, step away from your computer, get a drink of water, whatever it is, you know, but don't stop in the middle of the cycle harvest of that the swap the BTCC for USDT by bee fuel harvest. You want to do that all in one go, and keep going too. As you can see here, we started with 0.76 of a BTCC. We are now at 1.18, and I've done about 4 or 5 cycles, and we're going to keep going because we have a lot more BTCC to harvest. And another thing, if you notice that on one of the cycles that your BTCC is less than, like, let's say on our next one, it's only 0.99, that's okay. It's just that means that you didn't get the full percentage, the next percent up, which is okay because you'll just continue and it will balance and even itself out. So don't worry about that. When I first was doing this, that was a little concern of mine, but then I realized that you just keep going and that will then, it increases. So it's not a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and continue the cycle harvest process. Another important tidbit of information that you should know is that you're only going to want to do this harvest cycle when this price of BTCC is at a higher rate than it has been in the past days. Like when you're at that like 4-week mark, when it's recommended to do your harvest cycle every month or so, you want to kind of time it as well as along with the price of BTCC. So if you've noticed that BTCC has been kind of sitting at a number, then that would be a good time to harvest. And also keep in mind that your first harvest cycle of, you know, with this strategy is going to take the longest. The more BTCC that you have in your wallet, your MetaMask wallet that you have harvested previously, the faster it goes. So just keep that in mind, that it doesn't take as long when you do this in subsequent months. So like next month, it's not going to take as long as the very first initial cycle harvest. Okay, so I've done about 11 harvest cycles. It took me just under an hour. And I'm going to do one more. I want to put this mined BTCC right around 8. We started with 27 of unharvested BTCC. Currently, we have, let's look at our MetaMask. We had started with just about 3/4 of a BTCC, and we have almost 2.5 BTCCs. So we have increased our value there. So that's amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and do one more cycle harvest. So you can see we're up to 28%, where before we were only able to do 1%. So you know that percentage keeps going up with each harvest cycle you do. Sometimes in the beginning, it's going to stay at that 1%, 2%, 3%, 4% area for a couple cycles. So just so you're aware of that. Okay, so now we have 6.95 BTCCs left. I want to keep an amount in there that has been mined more recently because the price continues to go up of the BTCC. So now we go to MetaMask and tokens. And you can see now we have 2.71 BTCCs. Again, we started with just under a single BTCC. So we are going to wait till another 3 to 4 weeks, and we're going to keep an eye on this percentage. So once 3 weeks comes around, you're going to want to see what 1% is going to cost you in B fuel. Okay. And then you want to make sure that doesn't exceed the amount of BTCCs that you have in your MetaMask wallet that you have previously harvested. Otherwise, you're going to have to introduce fresh funds out of pocket and go through the bridge and all that. So just keep an eye on this when it starts getting close to that 3 or 4 week mark. Okay, so that is how you do a harvest cycle. It took me about an hour, but again, the more you do this each month, that time is going to become less and less because you're going to be able to harvest a larger percentage. Whereas with the very first initial harvest cycle, we started out with 1%. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to email clarity@crystalclearcompass.com. If you want to get in on this mining opportunity, you can do the same. We also have a Facebook chat group, Abundant Mindset Generation. And if you like these videos and want to keep up on different strategies and how-tos, tutorials, and create an abundant mindset, you please like and subscribe, and you will be updated every time a new video is posted. Thank you so much. Much love and abundance. Have a beautiful day.